Welcome back to Yellow Rose Forge. Today I'm going to be making some Damascus out of some, let's just say, strange materials. I can't wait to see how this turns out, so let's have some fun. So what I've got here is some safety deposit boxes from a demolished bank. Yeah, that's right, safety deposit boxes. Or at least the doors to safety deposit boxes. Now, where did these come from? Oh, I had a customer that was demolishing a bank, and he brought these to me, and he asked if I could make Damascus out of them. Now, the trick is, I really don't know what kind of steel these are. I've done some tests, and I think that there's some sort of high carbon steel. So let me rephrase that. I've done some tests, and I think that there's some sort of carbon steel. I don't think they're stainless. But you know, at the end of the day, there's still just really no way of knowing for sure what this is. So at this point, my best bet is to actually just try to forge weld these things and see if they forge weld. And then see what I can do out of them as I kind of layer these up to make some sort of Damascus billet. I know because I don't know what this steel is, I'm not going to use it for the cutting edge of this blade. I'm going to put some sort of high carbon steel in the middle, probably some sort of a technique similar to a sanmai. So I'm going to chop some of this stuff up, clean it up really good, and we're going to throw it in the forge and see what happens. So far, this stuff is welding beautifully, nice and clean. So I'm gonna skip ahead and just finish welding this stuff up together. I'm gonna weld it all the way around every seam so that no oxygen can get into there. Create an oxygen-free environment. Should help everything forge weld nice and easy. Right now, while this billet is heating up, let me take just a second to tell you about the concept that I call redeemed steel. This is actually the idea that in smithing, you can take something useless and reclaim it, remake it, and reshape it into something priceless. Now, there is a huge debate going on amongst smiths about whether or not you should use unknown materials, and I absolutely think that the best way to do smithing is to use known materials, to buy good steel, and you will finish with good steel. But sometimes there's something to be said artistically for taking something useless and remaking it into something valuable or even priceless. And in this case, this customer has specifically asked for me to take part of this demolished bank and remake it into something very, very special for him and a friend. So that's exactly what we're going to do here. I also love the concept of redeemed steel because it's a beautiful picture of what God does for our lives. He takes something useless, reclaims it, makes it his own, and reshapes it into something priceless. That's what Jesus did in my life. And so that's a big part of what we do at Yellow Rose Forge. I'm really excited to see how this is turning out. So check out the Redeemed Steel Network. I'm a part of that. It's a group of smiths who are using their craft to reach out and make a difference in the world around them. I'm really excited to be a part of it. And when we do work here at Yellow Rose Forge, part of our income goes to help supporting mission work and stuff like that. It's really cool. That first heat went really well. Feels like everything welded up nice and tight. I think it's gonna be a solid weld. We're gonna keep drawing this out and see what happens. Billet is solid. I put it under a tremendous amount of stress in the press and it didn't even try to pop apart. So everything is forge welded right, nice and tight. This is going to draw out well. This is going to be a really good billet. What I'll do is draw it out, cut it into 2 pieces, put a 3rd piece in the middle because I still don't know exactly what kind of steel this is, and then I'll use that as the cutting edge of my blade, and then I'll form my knives out of the billet that I have from there. The forging of this billet went great. Everything is drawn out. I've got plenty of steel there for the blades that I need. I haven't yet decided exactly how I'm going to form the blade here. There's a couple of different ways that you can do that, depending on how you want to manipulate the pattern. If you want to really kind of distort the pattern, you can forge that blade to shape, and the pattern will move along with the steel in the way that you forge it. If you want to keep the pattern kind of unidirectional, if you will, then you can grind the shape in, and depending on the way that you grind it, your bevels, your fullers, all of that will change the pattern and create some pretty dramatic effects. And I just haven't had time to really think this through of exactly how I want to manipulate this pattern. So I'm going to sleep on that, let this one sit till tomorrow or the next day whenever this next video comes out, and we'll see how that pattern actually ends up turning out. But right now, I couldn't be happier with the way that the forge welds turned out. Everything welded together beautifully. So this is step 1. We'll get to step 2. We'll figure it out, and then we'll go from there. And eventually, we'll have some gorgeous, gorgeous blades that are made out of safety deposit boxes. How cool is that, right? As always, hit the like and subscribe button. If you're interested in commissioning a piece, send me a message. I'll try to respond as quickly as I can. And who knows, I may make a video of your blade. We'll see you next time.